All right, and welcome everybody. We're here for some good Counter-Strike action. We got Canada back on the
Evening,
map
morning.
one more time, and we got ourselves some women's Counter-Strike here. It's Laz and Kappa to get things off. And how you feeling today, my man?
I'm feeling fantastic, man. I'm excited to see some CS. I'm excited to see these guys in action. We all know their story, and we all know sort of where they came from and how they got here. But how are they going to perform on the day when it comes to the sort of on the road to play the world really in the form of CS2? I think before we do get into the games here, let's start off. Want to go through the team, kind of the lineup of the players that we have here on the roster. You look at the roster really, and I don't think there's a player like, what do they do? It's what didn't they do? Really, no. There's just so much skill. There's so much talent. Talking of Jazzykins, I think Jazzykins one for me personally. Done a lot of Valorant casts in the past. X Cloud9 and complexity player from Valorant. She's been around the block at FPS. A demon aimer. So I know going to bring that into the server, and that's going to offer us a lot of opportunities for progression and hopefully taking the dub here today.
Yeah, and I mean, I think just a quick thing. I think before we dive into the roster,
Mm,
super quick, because I think I'm excited as you are, because there's definitely a lot to talk about this piece. But just a little bit of background on what we're doing here today and what's going on right now. This is
for
for the
sure.
Esport Canada. Again, this is for the 2024 Canadian CS2 Women's National Team, where this is going to be against on some show matches. So the way this works is that this team has actually been picked by committee, by coaches, and everything like that. And like you were kind of alluding to, is some pretty good players and a lot of history and things like that. And now this team is going to be fighting for their chance here to represent Canada in August, which is going to be based in Rio. And that's going to be at the IESF PANAM Regional Qualifiers. And again, that's going to be fighting for a grand final spot, which is in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia for November of 2024. So a pretty amazing opportunity. This is something
Yeah.
that you and I got the privilege of covering here from the male side for the CS2 team. And now we're talking about the women's team, which is again a really exciting piece here.
It is great backstory. Thanks to sort of building up the history for the actual tournament itself as well. I forget we've been so involved with the whole process, negligent to share that info with the fans at home as well. Always helpful. Yeah, it's a lot of talent has been vetted to get where they are here today. So with all that beared in mind, it's not just going to be an amateur show. And if you're seeing players getting one tapped, you know that it's the best of the best and players that really they've they've played against top talent before, so they are going to have to bring that A game here today because it's going to be brought to the table as well as them bringing their serving as well. I mentioned Jazzykins. We talked about this off stream as well. MissHarvey, like it's a household name. I think of female esports. Period. An analyst, a pro player, an ex-pro player, still dabbles with the pro scene, and MissHarvey playing today as well, which is super cool to see in the server.
Yeah, no, definitely, right? I mean, I think there's a lot to talk about with these players, and just kind of going through the roster a little bit is you've already mentioned quite a few of these players, but just kind of repeating it a little bit is there is 7 players on this team, so there's going to be 5 on the main roster, of course. Plus, you have the 2 substitutions. So you have GooseBreeder, where she's playing on FlyQuest. She's been around for a very long time.
Very long time.
She's learned from Elige and things like that. So she's gotten some really good experience. She's played on CLG. The list goes on. Then you also have Rain, and Rain is played CS in the beginning, went to
Right.
Valorant at one point. Now she's back playing CS, and she's again been able to win trophies. She's been able to have some pretty good results for herself in her career. And then going through MissHarvey, like you already talked about, Bouchard, Jessica, athxna, and
Man,
even Jazzykins, right? Like this is the thing about this roster is we talked about handpicked. Man, this thing was a cherry pick. This thing was
cherry
the best
pick.
thing you could do.
You beat me to the punch. I literally I'm going to say that as well. It most certainly is the golden cherry that's like right at the top of the tree. You've got to climb up, get it right from the top there. It's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Really, this is the creme de la creme, the best of the best for female esports in the form of FPS that you're going to be seeing here today. One thing to mention as well, we've sort of seen that Valorant journey that a lot of pro players have been on, casters as well. And I think I speak for myself, going from game to game and coming back to CS, it's just that nostalgia just slaps you in the face. And I love to see these great aimers that have got some different and I want to say good experience from Valorant. You bring it back into a CS game, your playstyle's slightly morphed, and I found myself too. definitely a much lower level than these gamers here today, but it's just bringing that experience for a different game can be really, really important and help you be a bit more creative when it comes to your clutches. So I'd love to see some of that in the games we have for the stream today. I believe it's going to be a couple of games that you'll be seeing. So yeah, let's get underway very shortly.
It will be, yeah, and we're going to get jumped right in pretty quickly. It is going to be on Mirage as the first map, and it is against a team named Challengers. So again, this is going to be the exciting thing about this matchup because you've talked so much about it. I mean, I'm excited to see from, the FlyQuest, the CLGs, the ex Valorant pros. Like, this is a really exciting little bit of a picking, and honestly, this team on paper has got some pretty good prospect, but the question's going to be how well can they do in this show match, but we're about to find out.
Yes, the server, the players will tell us the tale when we get into there. And enough of the banter, enough of the nattering, the talking, whatever you want to say. Let's get down to the gunplay here of the day. And I want to see some really good confidence coming out of these ladies here. You've got to put your best foot forward in top-notch servers against top-notch players, and they really are going to be tested here today. I'm confident of that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, this is kind of always the other thing that you have to kind of think about with teams like in these kind of situations when you're building like a national team like for Canada right now is yes, like you can look at the statistics and everything like that. You can do a little bit of money ball, but in this way it's not, because I mean we've kind of stacked this team as much as we can with the best female players in the country, and it's going to be whether though how much they can play together and how well they can do together, and does it mesh, does it not, and there's all these little things that are going to be a pretty big indicator. But again, we are going to be actually going to be on an Anubis. I thought it was going to be on Mirage first, but it does look like they're going to switch things up on us, and that's okay. But Anubis is definitely a good map to see where things can go now.
I love Anubis. I know it's one of the most hated maps, I think, from amateur to pro level right now on the pro circuit, but I think it's fantastic. Is it as cool as Overpass? Perhaps not, but it has its own charm. I was explaining to someone the other day, by IQ, is that it's Dust 2, but a more modern version. And I mean that just in the bright sense of the map, the wide angles that you can take. You've got a couple of choke points similar to that of sort of your B tons push over at middle. And I've just named a few spots here. You can get super creative as well. And I think Valve done a fantastic job of just opening up an opportunity for different kind of play styles to happen. And if you're a hater of Anubis, open your mind. Open your mind, because things got a lot tougher. You're a Anubis hater, aren't you? I haven't even asked you. I've never asked you this question before.
You're just making false accusations about me right now. It's not.
Called you out for something that's not even true. Okay.
No, like that's all right. Well? No, I like it. It's a good map. I think CT side has definitely been the name where it's tough to hold it. I mean, you can't turtle. You have to really fight for map control on it. Being on CT side, which seems kind of weird, but you have to be a little bit spontaneous, right? You can't just turtle in those sites. You can't just kind of post up and wait. You're just going to get annihilated, right? There's so much opportunity for T's and the utility. It's just so much. But I mean, it'll be interesting because T side is the name of the game, but teams have really adjusted themselves to the meta.
They have. And you know what? I'm going to take back what I said, because I thought you hated it, because the one time I played it with you, you were very upset that you were carrying and no one else was fragging. I think that's what it was.
Normal day in the office,
Another day in the office, baby. Another day in the office for these ladies. Ooh. As you get things kicked off for Anubis. Talk to me. What'd you see?
Well, I mean, it's a good attempt coming in from GooseBreeder, and the fact that she almost was able to bring it through, but unfortunately she just doesn't. But honestly, coming down to a 1v1 like that, pretty big. And I mean, that was a 1-on-3 attempt from her, so really good effort, just unfortunately not able to get it done. But the other thing we kind of talked about, and I kind of want to just quickly jump on this, is MissHarvey. Like you said, a veteran, has been around for a long time. Like, I didn't even know she was still kind of playing, to be honest. So I think just seeing her in the server is kind of a cool little thing for us to note right now.
It's on and off. Definitely going sort of taking that more experienced veteran role. Straight up mid to Yuz, just owning the show with the MP9, and that says it really. All down to one player. Down to GooseBreeder.
Really tough pass, but again, there's no investment on this, right? So it makes a lot of sense. Like, they're not really putting anything on this. It's really a big opportunity here that it should be, Stripe that's finding themselves in this position to be able to kind of, get the scraps up and get the money going, get the money flowing a little bit. MP9s are going to be in this, so it is that bonus round coming in for them. So I'm expecting a lot of aggression on this, just given they're going to be a little bit fearless. They're going to get aggressive. They're going to try things, a bit unorthodox, and that makes a lot of sense. but they also put themselves in a position where they recently got themselves qualified as Team Canada as well. So that's a pretty exciting thing too.
Super excited. Love to see it. Even better to be it. And this is the round you want to be the bee's knees. You're making all the plays, all the big moves. Great util use. Then we'll see from challenges here, but GooseBreeder through the smoke to the dome. Yaz taken out, punished for that aggression. I believe that was over at mid, if I'm not mistaken. Yaz just been the anchor of that mid bridge. He does it though. They got that pick, and I'd love to see an execute sooner rather than later. Time's tick-tocking away. Just quite to a minute left on the clock here, and I know this one of those maps. You've got a long way to go. You've got a lot of high lows to clear, and you've got to make the most of those early minutes, the early seconds, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, having the player advantage is huge. Oh, that's such a massive swing, man. Oh, Melio just comes up massive with a triple.
Flash.
Oh, that was just everything. They had it too.
Oh, they did. That was such a good walk.
And now Joel's just able to clean up the last two. I mean, that is massive. I mean, the fact that the MP9 comes in, honestly, they had the right idea. They were just trying to take bridge control. They wanted to go nice and slow. They wanted to take it as a unit, but nobody was spotting it. Like, nobody was watching that corner of mid. So just a slight little bit of a decision. It cost them the round, and now they're going to have to just go for light purchase. Tech9's probably going to be on the docket. Going to have some utility available now, but the question is, what do they want to do with this? And the money is just starting to rack up a little bit here. We have the op out. This is a full rifle round coming in now from the CT side. So, ay, caramba, I'm not liking it.
No, it is not. It's not ideal. Far from it. This ladies pick up rifle. Something work. Got the plant. That's huge. I mean, worst case scenario, right? You got the bomb down. Worst case Ontario, as they say.
And a good attempt coming in, but MissHarvey just can't seem to get the shots. Does a little bit of damage. And again, only one casualty coming in from the CT side, so a really nice attempt coming in from the Team Canada women's side here on the T side. But yeah, so this money is going to be grabbed up nicely from the bomb plant. You can already see, like, everybody's sitting at pretty much at like 5,900 plus. So this is going to be important. I'm curious who the op is. Oh, MissHarvey's going to be equipping the AWP
there you go.
for this one too. All right.
The OG.
See what she can bring here. That's a statement made.
Get out the boomstick, baby. Let's see it.
Okay. Big round coming in that needs to be done. Melio, though, starts things off nicely with the op. Takes down jesscas already, so the player lost. MissHarvey trying to land the shot. She's not going to be able to, but Bouchard's able to get something done at least. But still, okay, the player advantage coming in from the CT side right now. Penske able to just take down Rain, so now leaving it to a 4-on-2, and now for the women's Canada team right now, this is a tough spot to be in. Going to go through bridge. Looking at very, very difficult. Gabby's already getting close as well. I mean, this could be a problematic right here.
Super problematic. Gabby, the spray down, takes out Goose. The athxna takes out Bouchard as well. Night, see you later. Only one player to fall again as well here for the challengers, for CTs. And the buy, a bit of a compromise buy here. Saying that, only the one compromise being the Galil. The rest, AK strong. It's op in the hands of the CTs though.
Okay. Get through the technical stuff, and we're looking good. Things are cleaning up nicely, and even now, things are getting cleaned up a little bit nicely. Able to start things off with a nice trade coming in, so that's what we talked about. GooseBreeder and Rain now able to play themselves that buddy system, gets the trade, and still puts them in the player advantage, which is huge right now.
That is huge. We did see a slight fumble of the bag just a few buys ago here from the Team Canada ladies, and love to see that confidence they sort of explode into sight. But the problem is there's that posted up. There's so many posted players of these challenges that are just so well tucked. But saying that, Bouchard going to take out one, takes out Tensky. Things looking up here.
Yeah, this Molly's going to be good because, again, it's just going to push Melio back a little bit. But, again, Bomb's going to get planted. Joel's does find a little bit of a scrappy one, but the utility still got a Molly that is going to be thrown. That's perfectly timed. CT's coming in. One player's coming all the way from Beach, and Melio does get the position given away now.
3 on 2.
Feet are getting a little bit crispy. Yeah, these CTs are out. There's no reason for them to do it. They're going to tuck tail. They're going to save the op. This is definitely the right call. They're up 5-0. It's going to be 5-1, but in that kind of position, you just got to keep everything in your hands.
Oh, yeah. They don't want to get that op back into MissHarvey's hands. Not even give the opportunity. They've seen what MissHarvey could do for the op in the past. And they do not want that to be their future. Bomb goes off. The rifle's saved. And it's a step in the right direction here for Team Canada.
Well, it's definitely something because, I mean, you know, when you don't get around on the board, that's always kind of the one, you know, barrier you got to get through. You're always kind of like, hey, what do we got to do to get out of this? What do we do to get out of this rut? Now you can have that slight sigh of relief. You're like, okay, we got something on the board. Now this is, you know, should be the smooth sailing, maybe a little bit better. But we'll see. I mean, again, another full gun round coming in. The CTs have tons of cash right now. Couple like 10K is sitting on one of these players. Op is in the hands. Melio's there. It just comes in with a swing, and that's a home run already.
Oh, it's raining. It's raining blood over at mid. Rain just hitting the floor. Someone hit the main vein. Bled out. Counter 4. Going to be picking things up, though. 4 on 4. Jess even the playing field. See another here. Can Melio be confident? Oh, gonna choke the shot. They will be. Bouchard, Jess. Great push into A.
This is good. Still 3 on 3. This does actually put it in a decent chance to CTs. I definitely go for it and look just like that. Right? They're able to find themselves some multi-kills, but okay, hang on. It's down to the 1v1. Yo's taking on MissHarvey. Veteran player, can she be able to hold on? 16 HP, she's wounded. 5 bullets, but oh, it's gonna come through and the CTs get it done again.
By the hairs on their chinny chin chin. So close yet so far. MissHarvey, I love the post one too. We're just trying to play sort of the jiggle around the pillar. Not enough though. Yuz woke up on the right side of the bed, has the clutch source engaged. Money still in the bank of Team Canada, though. The op being picked up once more. Didn't make it the first time, no problem. Pick it up, one up. Give it another go. The op, one of those trusty clutch weapons where you can just get it out of that armory anytime and you can do devastating things. Saying that, though, the control of this, we've got to give it to challengers. So good, but Jess punishes that push.
Yeah, I love that. Again, just kind of posted up, waiting it out, right? I like this aggression coming in from the CTs, but I love that Jess is kind of waiting for it. It's a good counter, and okay, the trades are coming back through a little bit and forth. Oh, some aggression now going through the box. But Jess, again, she's able to find another opener. She needs to get some bullets in the chamber here. She's got to take out Getty. This is a task, and another swing comes in for her.
Brain taken out. Melio absolutely lit up, down to 4 HP. Things looking pretty damn good. Jess on fire this round. Joel's able to take up MissHarvey on that posted flank, though.
Oh, she's looking for the bomb. Still got 50 seconds.
You're right. Time is definitely on her side. Is the round, is the aim going to continue to be on her side, though? It's a banging shot so far. Just been so confident, still some HP as well. Takes out 4, down to the 1-on-1. Could we see an ace here for Team Canada?
Yeah, this could be huge. I mean, she's literally about to put herself in an ace potential. She's going to be able to clear up temples, so just getting some good information, a good post-plant position as well, because now Joel's has to clear up so many different angles. You have to check plat, you got to check pizza, you got to check main. there's so many things, and now Jess, why? She just can't get it done. Oh no. 13 HP to spare for Joel's. That attempt for the ace to get a second round just slips away.
That is so unfortunate. The position was fantastic. You spelt it out. You wrote it in the sand. And I think we all expected that ace to be the thing being yelled in the team comms post that. And she deserved the ace. Such good gameplay there. That last gunfight just slightly off. Slightly off the crosshair placement. Slightly off. I can't emphasize that enough. So unfortunate. Let's hope we can see a bit more of that from Jess, though. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, honestly, that was something I really, really wanted to see. Like, I was kind of thinking, like, who's going to be the one that steps up, right? I mean, we talked a lot about these players and the teams that they played for. And Jess is definitely one of those players. She plays for Nouns in the enemy squad. So, I mean, again, somebody that can definitely pack a lot of punch on this. And I mean, right now, Strife are just putting up that punch a little bit heavier on the brink of putting themselves on 8 potentially, unless another, you know, 2v4 comes into play in this kind of a situation. That'd just be madness, though.
Madness, I tell you, madness. It would be. Gabby. Something that challenges are really doing. Oh my, Gabby being absolutely head ripped off the shoulders from Rain. Rain with revenge. Been taken up with a couple of times, but this time they've just taken a step back, bringing the gunfights into their heads. GooseBreeder scalping another. Joel's down. Down to the 2-on-2. 45 seconds. I think we've seen a lot more success with their slow plays. They seem to be finding their groove now, like within that sort of mid-round.
Yeah.
30 seconds now, though. Times are ticking.
Yeah, and I think this is the one thing that's a bit of a gap for Strife. I mean, they seem like in the late rounds like this, they're just playing a lot of the 1v1s, and they're not going to like this slow pace, because you can even see it there. Like, just in a position where they have to get that duel, and we can just see the Canadian team is just loving this right now, and they're on a 2-on-1 advantage, but Rain, I mean, barely alive with the
Elio timing. So close. That smoke.
Oh, here we go. Nice work coming in from both Rain and GooseBreeder, putting themselves single-handedly, getting the 3 here for Goose and then 2 for Rain. And nicely done to grab themselves a second round.
I think at one point as well, it was like a 2 versus 4 or 2 versus 3. So that's huge. That shows and boasts and like boosts what we were just talking about in that pre-game of this roster. This is not just talk, this is facts. And they brought it on to the server right here, right now. We need to see more of it though. 7-2 down. They've doubled up in just a couple of rounds. That confidence has got to continue. MissHarvey trying to go for that aggressive kick over a mid. I love this confidence.
This is good. Now some more aggression coming in from the CT side. They're going to swing through the main. Makes it a little bit tougher range. She does spot one of the players. And they're still putting now. Mid's going to be grabbed up. Women's team. No, that's big. Now again, Jess, she's not done yet. I mean, she's able to get at least one, gets the assist. Elio getting close with the deagle, does put down Goose. A little bit of hunting, but Jess even a nice jumping headshot. Why not?
Taking the winged approach. Don't mind if I do. I'm that confident. I'm just going to jump and kill you, Mario style.
Bomb has been planted.
Tensky going to get some time in here. Just sit on that molly, that incendiary. Gabby back against the wall here. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a save. Going for the AK. Yeah, there, the save it will be. Fantastic stuff from Team Canada, man.
Definitely starting to see them get a little bit more fired up. This is going to be their second round in a row. And they do a great job. Like, they keep all 4 players alive. I mean, they only lost 1. But that was from the immediate trade coming in from Jess. So that's really good to see. I'm liking that we're seeing this adaption coming in too. I mean, this situation, they definitely need to get as many rounds as possible on this T side. It is critical. Like I said, see even Stripe sitting themselves on 7 rounds on CT side. That's a huge thing. They are going to be feeling good right now. So for them, they're not really too worried. They're not sweating too much, but it's really the Canadian team here that has to be able to find these last remaining.
It is. I want to say together in that as well. It is mandatory. This is such a CT-sided map. So many nooks and crannies that you sort of just sneak in from, you know. So hard to clear. So many hard clear angles on that hard to clear notion. And to give credit to challengers here, I think what's been the most difficult cracking the code as they start to here, just so hard to predict the plays they're making. Sure, they hold a strong mid, but like around now, they're absent. Where are they?
Yeah, nice work coming in from Strife. Gabby gets himself a nice little bit of an opener. So now this puts, again, range. She's going to get taken out early. So the remaining players are just going to group up on A. So this makes sense, right? Like, the site is open. There is a player on camera. There's going to be double players. So this now is becoming a bit of a problem. They have to get this timing right, though. It's a pistol, though. Let's not forget that. The rifle should be able to take them out. Should be the heavier feet, but Mario still close to 5-7 can be dangerous, but Jess is able to clear it up. That's nicely done again. And this should be able to find themselves a fourth.
Just dominating. Doing very well with that E1S as well. We've seen that time and time again. Consistency is key, and Jess is finding that consistency here. Not doing anything too extraneous now. Just take that step back. As we mentioned, that sort of slower, more methodical approach has served them so well. They've got the number advantage. No need to get too loosey-goosey here.
No, they got to keep these guns, though. They can't let anything
Oh, the
happen.
zoo. Yes.
Nobody's going to be there. Nobody's going to be there, though.
He's not going to get a gift?
He's not going to get a gift. They're all the way on the other end. They're too far away, but I like it. I like seeing the Zeus out. But does grab an AK. That's perfect. Going into this last round. They should have enough money regardless, but again, can drop this, get the utility going a little bit here for some of the other players. So be perfect. But a mandatory round right now for the Canadian team here. This is important. It's all a matter if they can do it. Really good practice for them, though. Like we said, I mean, this is very interesting because, again, you and I were both able to watch the, the qualifications here and Strife right now. This is, Canada versus Canada, right? So pretty cool little practice here with our friendly folk here, the Canadians. Love to see it.
Canadian, eh? United Front trying to get these ladies that practice before they'll be traveling across the world and trying to continue on their journey here. Such a cool opportunity, man. Very, very envious indeed. Super cool experience and something to definitely slap on your resume. Bouchard trying to slap some more frags on their resume here, on their scoreboard, on that kill death ratio. Mid presence here too. Love the counter aggression we're seeing this round coming in from Team Canada.
Yeah, they're just going to group up for the hit here. I mean, it's kind of interesting. They're doing like a 3-2. 3 players outside of B with the bomb, and then just kind of lurking things out on A, just kind of making some noise, but Yaz just takes them out. So now the jig is up. They have to go now. There's no way that they've sold it. You can see the CT just jiggles. There was the molly, burning the time a little bit. I mean, they can pull back if they want. They can just reset, but they only have 43 seconds, and instead, Jesscas is just going to mop them all up. That's going to be an 8-4, and that's going to be a huge half coming in from Strife. But again, I love that we saw from the Canadian team here. They put themselves, in a big deficit in the beginning. They're able to climb themselves back in, and that was a good thing to see.
Very good thing to see. 4 on the scoreboard. Got something done, but the CT, are they going to be able to muster up the courage and step up to that Strife experience they're playing against here?
Yeah, this is, again, like, like we talk about this. I mean, so Strife being on the T side, I mean, we didn't really get to see them too much play on this map, but, knowing what we know from when we watched them in the other qualifiers, it's going to be really interesting to see what they can bring to the table. Again, this team is going to be putting themselves fighting the kill, so now they have to really kind of showcase us a little bit about what they got, but they're just going to barrel into the same site. They're not even going to really use any utility. They're just going to try to bully. They're just going to try to put some firepower into this, and it's already looking like it's doing not too bad. The bomb's going to go down. They find an open round to MissHarvey. This is becoming a bit of an issue.
Certainly is. Power in numbers here. Oh, Joel's just a bulldozer with that USP. Takes out 3. What do? Someone's just got such crispy aim like that. Pistol rounds been and gone. Now comes the question, do we force? I think it's a bit of a no-brainer you don't, but there's going to be some consideration. Look at the scoreboard right now. That sort of Hail Mary could perhaps be unexpected, but opting in for the smarter choice.
Yeah. They just
Take
don't
that
have the
money.
money, right? Yeah, like you said, it just doesn't really make any sense at all, right? Like, they only got about 2K. Like, it'd be silly because the game's not close enough where they should be, but they could try to make an upset. So right now, just doing a stack with the players and just kind of waiting things out with the pistols. I love this. Like, they're just kind of playing on bridge. They're just waiting things out. They're just going to play as a unit. Leave that one little camera. Goose does get a little bit of information on stairs, but it's really not a ton of information to work on. And okay, Rain does find a little consolation prize, but honestly, nothing at all, right? And Strife, they just take this round with strides. They're going to get themselves some double digits here. But this round will be important, right? This is going to be the first official gun round we see from the Canadian team.
Step right up. Can they stop the freight train that's coming at them real fast right now? Good experience though, and I think, as you mentioned, sort of these trail games that you're going to see here today, it's great experience. There's a lot of sort of questions you can ask of what can we do better in certain areas of gameplay, and living is learning. And losing is learning, actually, a tag phrase. I love that one, and said in out of jest, it's very powerful indeed. Straight into sight. Goals, Tensky, Bouchard taking out 2, doing their best to be that pillar of support, but gonna crumble finally. Trey comes in. I love the position here for this hold. They're playing slightly passive and not doing too much and sort of forcing each out.
Yeah.
Saying that. Oh, Jess.
Oh, that's a hard one to watch. I get it, though. Like, I mean, she thought that she had the information. She thought she might have been able to get the timing. And, yeah, I was agreeing with you there. I was like, look, I don't mind this. And then all of a sudden, she went for the swing, and Goose was just nowhere to be seen. Unfortunately, she was reloading. She didn't have any ability to do this. And, yeah, 11th's going to be grabbed here for Strife. But close round indeed. And that's what I was kind of talking about, right? When you're cluttering in these sites, it's not easy to do. Not impossible, obviously, but definitely makes it tough. And now they're going to be on another light purchase on this one, Cuppa. Maybe we can see some pistols getting invested with some utility, but they may want to preserve this bank account as much as they can, just given that they're going to have to fight for overtime, potentially now.
Yeah, this it's going to be an uphill struggle, isn't it? The vertical incline. Rough stuff, man. Rough stuff indeed, but they've seen the comeback before. Not afraid of it either. Big guns to play against, though. Pistols have to be absolutely deadly.
Yeah, this is not an easy thing. MB9 picked up here. I believe that's for Goose, if I'm not mistaken. Comes in, Mellow. Yeah, nice cleanup coming in with the MAC-10. Funds are just grabbed. It should be a done round unless we see some insane kind of clutch coming in with an MP9. But again, look at her position. She's so far away. She's probably just banking on a bit of an exit right now. Maybe get, 1 or 2 kills. Just add that extra little bit of income. But yeah, look at these guys. This Strife team, they're just on the hunt right now. They're just waiting. They're all over A main. It's just like landmines. You can just see it. You can't get past them at all.
Oh, so many claymores everywhere. You think you got past one? They're tucks next corner. They're tucked high, they're tucked low. They're here, they're there, they're absolutely everywhere. Strife, just run it down at the end of this round. Match point, they are on.
Okay.
And salvage the buy here. These Team Canada ladies. A1S is across the board right now. And A4 being opted in too. I do love my A4.
Yeah, it's pretty good. A4 find the best final.
I think so, man.
It's, it's funny. Like, I was joking about this with somebody on my team, and we were like, I feel like one of the updates just tweaked it a little bit. Okay, that's why people like the sound. So you can just do crazy clicks like that. Like, she's like, yeah, hang on a sec.
I got this.
Got this.
Hold my beer.
Well, it's a weird round. A lot of one-on-one duels, a lot of isolated fights happening kind of across the map. A little bit in B main, one in mid, or under canal, I should say. It's a bit of a weird positioning coming in here from Strife, but like the girls, they're working on this a little bit here to see mid control. They're going to refight this. Rain. Ah, she's gone. She does some good damage though.
Melted. Slaps to the floor. The spray is going to get a couple more, though. Goose, perfect timing. Absolutely pitch perfect timing. Love that.
Do you love that?
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
To tell.
Perfect. Fabulous. Yes.
It's a hold my beer at A. We forgot that A at the end. Technically, it'd be two Canadian teams.
Yes. We are Canadian, yes.
It'd be criminal if that wasn't
Don't
in
let
there.
the accent
And
fool people, you know? You are Canadian.
don't be fooled.
Don't
I
be
do
fooled.
reside in North America. Picking up the pace. Love seeing that in-your-face attitude in the retake there from Goose. I'm a big fan of Goose so far. I've read the bio, I've done my research, but not seen Goose in play, and it's not all just talk. There's action. Max as well. Yuz bringing the fight to Bouchard through the smoke. Harvey able to take one. Oh, Goose. Talking to Goose, I cooked Goose.
Yeah, and I think this thing might be over unless we see Jess come up massive again. She's been able
Hey,
to do
man.
it before, right? Like, yeah, like she
Got that
was
4-piece
close.
sword.
Oh man, this is asking a lot though. Maybe.
That's the big flank, and I wonder, are they going to expect this to be her first point of contact? A little bit has ticked on, though. Yeah, they will. Tensky posted and ready. Shutters the doors to site B there of Anubis, and it's over. 13-5. Strife, the challengers, going to take out the Team Canada ladies, and moving on. Next up, we'll find out very, very shortly. Learning lessons from that, though. We saw some flares of potential. We saw some really, I want to say, a lot of good clutches. The mid-round, we saw a couple of fumbles, and we saw some recovery points as well as they started to get that adaptation going through. But the clutches, the X factor for each individual player, really, really, definitely, you saw presence of that in game number one.
Yeah, you did, right? I mean, that's a really good point you bring up because I think they started themselves in a pretty big deficit, and then it was in the later portions of the rounds that's when they started to really do.
Clutch.
Yeah, it was a lot of clutches. They seem to do good in these like 3v3, 2v2 situations, or even there was times when the 4-on-2 was against them, and they seemed to put themselves in great positions to equalize the game and or the situation and even get the round. So definitely some good moments. And again, this is where I really talked about this, and I think this is an important detail because they played Strife. Strife's a really good team. They, like I said, they qualified for the male side here for representing Canada on that piece. I mean, this is good practice for them. And that's the biggest thing we were talking about, right? Is like, this is all about, they need these show matches. They just need to get the exposure together. They need those reps. And that's not always an easy thing despite your experience, but we definitely got some good glimpses. I was really happy to see what we saw.
Yeah, the potential for takeoff is definitely there, and you do have FlyQuest players on the roster. You've got people that just, I've said it in the pregame, and I'll say it now. They know their way around the esports block. They know how to take those gunfights. They have the confidence. They have the hours, and they most definitely have the aim to boot too. Next up for the map we're going to. Do you know what the next map's going to be, lads?
I think we're just going to get the next game ready. I think we're just kind of waiting to see which one they're officially going to be doing. So we are just going to take that really short break. We're just going to wait things to get a little bit more solidified. And then I think we're going to be jumping right into that game. So it won't be too long. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
First heard about the TELUS Esports series, I was like, there's no way.
I was absolutely stoked. You don't really hear about esports at all in Canada, let alone from a big company like TELUS.
Canada does have a scene, and we do have people who are thriving towards getting us into that bigger picture.
2 versus 1, and it should be their game. The Bronze Bonobos from second now finally find first.
Simply put, the TELUS Esports Series is esports for everyone. It's our take of what we think the esports industry should look like and where we think it should go. It's way more fun to compete for something when there's something on the line. And the TELUS Esports Series gives players of all skill levels opportunities to experience that. We really want to make the gaming experience more fun for everyone, and we want to help the gaming industry evolve and grow the way that it should. And I think the time is right for it.
When I first heard about the TELUS Esports series, I was like, there's no way.
I was
Ladies, that is, trying to get their reps in here before they'll be jet setting around the world and trying to get themselves to that final destination and the big prize pool. Myself, I'm Cuppa. I'm joined by the infamous Laz. Laz, game number 1 didn't really go the way of the Team Canada ladies. Let's break it down a bit. What happened for them? What do we hope to see in game number 2 here?
Yeah, I think I was kind of just alluding to at the end of the first game. It was like, look, like I think it wasn't the biggest score line. It was a 13-5 that went for Strife. I mean, they were playing the male CS Canada team, so I mean, it was really good practice. They got to show us some really good moments in the 2v2s, the 3v3s, things like that. We got to see some of these players come up really well. Jess is coming up massively right now for the team, but
Huge.
there's definitely some reps that need to be done here, and I think they just need that time to play. But I'm looking forward to this. I think the next game is going to be interesting because, again, things can change, right? I mean, now they can learn from it. If they get to play Anubis again, they now know some quick little things that they probably should fix on the fly and kind of get themselves readjusted for. The CT side was really unforgiving for them, which, like I was kind of talking about before, like it is really hard. If you don't have the right system and the right comms, it's going right down the drain. And unfortunately, that's what we saw.
It's such a disorientated map, Anubis. I think that would sort of be the first take on it as a caster and a player too. And they gave it their all. They came up with some really cool, memorable moments. And if you've got memorable moments, you know what you can work with, and then you can go back to that drawing board, pick up the pieces, and formulate some other plan. For map number 2 here for the IESF, do you know where we're going to be going here for these champs?
Yeah, I think we're going to be going into the game, which is going to be, I'm just pulling it up right now really quickly. So it is going to be against the Murder Flock. And a fun fact about them is there is some familiar faces for myself anyways, like MDJ is a player that's played at Collegiate, things like that. So a pretty cool opportunity. They are a 10-2 team right now in the
Nice
ESA
facts,
League.
bro.
So it's a pretty cool opportunity, right? Again, a good team they're going to be playing against. Like a 10-2 record is playoff contention team, where they have made playoffs now. So this is going to be another big test for the league. See what they can do.
Love that fact. It's good to know sort of the opponent you're against. I'm sure they've done their homework as well. A lot of analysts on this Team Canada ladies team. Just before we do get this piss round of the way, I've been doing my homework as well. What was the first case ever released in Counter-Strike Go back in the previous game?
It would have been the esports case, was it not? Or is it the shipment one, whatever it was called?
It's what's like the shipment one? It's the Armstill update. That was
It's like the one with the like orange on the side, right? Isn't it? Wasn't it just called like the arms deal or something like that?
It was the Armstill, correct? Yes. Ding ding, 10 points. 10 points for Laz.
Wow,
Team Canada.
incredible.
Incredible. That was right out of left wing as well. So we'll get a couple more coming from the wings of the Cup of Brain. And hopefully we can see another good couple of rounds. And honestly, a good game here from the Team Canada ladies. Got their warm-up reps in.
Just dead late on the flash, but gets taken out. And BJ, nice little bit of a start. Bomb's going to get into the site for the plant. He's now just kind of keeping these players alive. Okay, I maybe speak a little bit too quickly, but just trying to turn things over for the rotates. And okay, now the pistols are starting to fly. Those USPs are making connections and taking heads. And now MissHarvey playing behind the pillar. She's jiggling a little bit. She's dancing, and she almost gets it, but it's just
so
not
close.
enough. And Kevin comes up big for the 1-on-2. And there we go. Another pistol round going against him, unfortunately.
You know what, though? That pistol round's night and day from map number 1. Absolutely night and day. They looked warm. They looked in control of that post plant. They had a plan and they stuck to it. And if you can do that, it does not matter the outcome. Obviously, you always want to go for that dub. But I can tell you, they got their kill confirms. They got their frags in, and they looked super, super competitive. Into a rough round for them. Bit of a burn up. And saying that, they're forcing, lads. I love this.
Yeah,
That's
this is
what
a good
we wanted
goal.
to see before, right? Get competitive. Just try and give them a run for their money.
Yeah, I'm actually for this. I think this makes a lot of sense because again, like even if they lose this round, they got the bomb down. They want to try things out. Not looking great here with the start of the MP9. Just kind
Down
of
to 5 HP though.
chewing them up with double though. So that's going to be good money here for the CT side too. But it is down to the 3-on-4. The disadvantage for the Canadian team, unfortunately. But they're in a position where they still have the bomb. They have some decent map control for the time being. E-box is obtained. Where do they want to go? Yeah, that's just that flash sucks. Like, I hate this angle. GooseBreeder right now, I hate this angle.
It's such an awful angle, man. It's like they know where they're coming from. There's no ruse of what you could do. Maybe a pop flash off the corner, but the high flash, the best option. Goose trying to get the high flash in, not able to make it work with the Big Mac 10. Down to 59 HP. MissHarvey gonna be the one to take this home, surely. High HP. Seen a little bit of potential from her in that first game. And talking that legacy player, they're going back to mid. They love their mid. Their late game mid, or late round mid, I should say. Just creeping up. Just trying to break the map into, isolate some angles, isolate some players as well. 4 of them alive here. 20 seconds. They've got to make a move, lads.
Yeah. But this is where they did well, right? Like this is what you and I were kind of talking about from the first game is even a 2-on-4 against them. Like this is where they did well. They only got 14 seconds. They have to make this decision now. Players are in main. They should be able to get this bomb down if they plant behind the middle pillar. They should be able to get in time. So at least it's going to buy him something. But they have to find a duel right now. They can't sit and wait. They have to be able to find something big here. MTJ just spams through his smoke. That, like, what on earth? But okay.
You know, I'll break that one down real quick. They were prepared for that push. They gave it up sight. They played for the retake, and it's just simple, really. I think in that sense where, yeah, spam through the smoke, like, it does take a skill in itself, but they let that plant happen. That wasn't a plant, really, that was earned. Good push through mid, sure, but for the retake, calculated as it will be. And that false, I did like that false, and they made it a very competitive round. And you're right, that late game play that they're making, they seem so in control, regardless of the number deficit they have on their team. And that's not something that you can teach. That's something that players earn through experience and through those reps. And those reps continuing here over in Anubis.
Yeah, and even with that, I mean, even with the bomb going down, again, they're not going to force up too much this. Couple Tech 9 trying to go through bridge. They're going to try to see if they can overwhelm it, but not going to be the case at all. I mean, it cost them 3 players to go down, now 4 for the price of 1. Like, it's just, yeah, that's a quick round. That was a bit of a meat grinder round. They were just trying to see what they could do, maybe catch them off guard, but yeah, the murder flock is definitely soaring high right now with a 3-0. Now going to be tested with a full gun round. So this is where we talked so much about how much can this Canadian team change things up. What have they learned from their first game against Strife?
Bring it out right now. Lessons learned have to be frags dealt in game number 2. Put your money where your mouth is, as they say.
Okay, not bad. Jess going to start things off nicely, but this op now from the CT side. First time in this game, but nice little bit of a connection and bringing it back to the 4-4. The Canadian team is, again, just kind of playing a bit more default setup on this. Again, just kind of waiting for a B push. A couple players outside of canals. Really just inspecting.
Elo, love that.
Oh, yeah. You are a sucker for the skins, you know.
I am, dude. Get
Yeah.
debated. It's an
All
op.
the time.
I know. I need the one with the skin, guys. Man.
I'm pretty sure we played a game where you ran back into a site when the timer was almost gone because you wanted a skin, and then you didn't survive.
Sounds
Never
like me.
forget. Yeah, never forget that.
Sounds like me. I've got repression. I forgot that, but I can attest it probably did happen.
Yeah, I live that nightmare all the time, so it's okay.
That's a daymare for you. You're living and breathing that. But the frags will still ensue. You've picked up the pieces many a time from those late rounds, and exactly what we're hoping for the Team Hand ladies to do here. Oh, the op doing some bit of team damage in the frag too. All down to 1 player. Easily down to GooseBreeder. Had a really good series of the past 2 games so far. Good little fake. Trying to debate out hyper aggression. Gonna pick up the frag too. Love that from Goose.
Yeah,
Duck,
commits to the
duck,
plan.
Goose.
Oh man, she's so exposed, but she somehow survives. Oh my goodness, and she comes up beautifully with a nice little double tap on the corner. We'll take it. It picks up an op for good reward as well, and that's what we were talking about. That's where we wanted to see this experienced player, someone like this that's won Impact League, someone that's been able to lift countless trophies. There's that glimpse. That's what you wanted.
Goose stepping into the ring, confident, banging their chest and banging out a round where that was back against the wall. That is such a good play. The fake, the push, the timing, just everything was there. Not just the fundamentals. That's a high-level gameplay. And that's that clutch essence that I talked about from the first game against Strife that we're seeing yet again. Consistency is key, and Goose been nothing but that.
Yeah, that's what we want to see, because, I mean, Jess was the one player that was really stepping up in the first game. Goose definitely had her moments, but now we're starting to see that a little bit more, like you were saying, and everybody's kind of warming up. Everybody's doing a little bit better. But, I mean, the one thing that's becoming a bit of a problem is the fact that they're losing kind of the first player engagements right away. There is those trades that come in, but now they're in a deficit, right? I mean, this is not a good position for them. And now we're back to a 2-on-4 once again. I feel like we've been kind of deja vuing again and again.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel a lack of a lack of trades, maybe kind of trying to go for those lurky isolation frags, and it's just not working out. But yeah, you are right. That is a pattern that we've seen repeat itself. Goose trying to swing in, does get the trade, but traded out once more. Number advantage, a constant barrier they're banging their heads against here for the Team Canada ladies, and that might be something for many of those big brain analyst players on the team. It's not just players. You've got players that, I want to say, are veterans of the esports scene, taking those notes and thinking, okay, what's happening here? Why are we not making those trades? I know what's happening. They just need to kind of correct their mistakes. Hard to do on the fly, though. Very hard to do on the fly.
Yeah, no doubt. So now they're going to try to just go for the old rush A main. Flash is coming from above. Maybe the timing, but Saber's able to get it in time. MDJ is able to just pick up the triple. Maybe looking for a quad. Why not? Now the Tech 9's just not able to. And that's going to be an ace coming in from MDJ. That's nicely done.
Ace from Pillar. Pocket aces, man. That's huge. Huge to think, okay, is that the way we play at Ecos? Is that the way we're gonna push site? And nothing wrong with it. You're on a full save there. This one gonna be the bite. Good for exposing the position. Like, okay, always clear Pillar. Get a molly back there. Try and get that M4 away from the jaws, the entrance. Or that molly, really good. Force off that mid player. Jess doing what Jess does best, getting that entry.
Yeah, I love this aggression from her. She definitely looks like she's kind of putting herself as a good entry player, like just finding these opening engagements, just going for the duels, no fear at all. This is a nice start, but again, rain falling down this early brings it back to the 4-4. Not something you really want, but again, now for the Canadian team, they're just going to put themselves on the outskirts of B main. GooseBreeder, yeah, she's trying to get something in. That's a good swing. That's huge.
That's a Ferrari peak if I've ever seen one.
That's another one too.
Make one. Make it two. Can we see three? Can we see four? Just a couple more players in the server. This is the most convincing round we've seen so far, lads, in the entire series. And I say that just off of close, compact, traded plays.
Yeah, this was a lot more coordinated, and I actually really like this execute they did, and I think the plays were good. Goose, like, you know, she played herself in a good position coming out of E-Box, finds a one-on-one duel, goes for a big swing on the plat, and a lot of good work. I was getting a little bit worried when Rain got taken out that early on, but I think the way they recovered this was beautiful, honestly. And now they're going to put themselves in a second round. And they're not going to get that momentum built. The money is still going to be okay here for the CT side. But again, if they lose this round, this could be a dangerous game in terms of economy, but there's a lot of pressure here for the Canadian team to kind of reset things right now.
Very much so. And I'm in awe of the fact that you just pulled that up from the analyst standpoint. Let's just give that a quick run through here. There's a play style that I'm seeing. It's a trend and a pattern here for Team Canada ladies. And I'm talking of sort of the double prong attack for, we've got two entry players. They're going for that pick. They're trying to crack open different parts of the map at the same time, sort of to overwhelm the team and to give that sort of panic com idea. But with doing that, you are right, it's risky. It's very, very risky. It's high risk, high reward if you've got two entry players. And right now, seeing a bit more of that risk rather than the rewards. Do every round in the bag. Oh, through the smoke.
Yeah, that's just a bit unlucky for MissHarvey, but I was liking this timing too, because again, you can see the desperation and the nades coming in, the CTs just kind of executing everything. They still have quite a bit remained, but they've already kind of burned a bit here in the B site. But now the ladies, it's a question if they want to re-hit this, right? I mean, it's kind of like that double fake. Like, you're faking, you're going to do it, wait things out, then you're going to actually go for it. And they are posted up on this, so I think they are going to go right back for the bread and butter. They're going to try the exact same thing again. It worked before. It maybe will work again.
Broke, don't fix it.
Uh-oh, that's not good, though.
Gotta hit the shots, though. The swing. Ooh, what is going to be Goose there? Goose, formerly the player to get that crazy swing just before. What a four-piece. What a four-piece go for a kitty dog. Just posted and just a turret. Bullet spraying everywhere. And sending a message. Don't push me, because I'm going to push right back. Money is in the bank for a couple of players. And yeah, they're thinking of forcing around the op.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yet to see that op come into play, though. We've seen good rifle plays, I think, across the board, but the op Well, where'd you put it? Did you just send it mid? We've seen that time and time again. It hasn't got it. This time, MissHarvey taking a different page out of the strat book. Just post up a B main, seeing if that cheeky, peeky player in Cutie Dog is going to be swinging that corner.
Yeah, Vel's playing a very aggressive angle right now, just on bridge, kind of waiting things out. And Goose tries to get aggressive. Jess looks for the trade. She will get it. It's a little bit labored, but she's going to get it done. And now back to a 4-on-4. The op still on the play here for the CT side. MissHarvey has it ready to go too. And so instead of going for E-box picks, she's actually looking on B main, trying to see what she can do. Her and Rain, previous teammates from old iterations of teams, trying to play the buddy system a little bit. Oh no!
Smoke!
Oh, the smoke got popped open with a nade. That just feels bad.
MissHarvey been very, very unfortunate. I would say it's misplaced. Had some really good ideas and really good posted off angles, and the worst of timings, the CS timing. As it's known, post at mid is still new Kevin. Just hiding down by the canal bed. Rain. Been that entry for so much of this series so far. The last one live versus 4. Great position from Kevin. The low angle, hard to clear, and that AK spray is going to rip off the head. Reset it now, though. Looking like they have to save, man. Like, nothing really to talk of here. Let's talk of the rounds just gone, the 2 they have got. What got them there? Is it fast plays? Is it slow plays? Is it clutches? I think it's that clutch X factor again.
Yeah,
we
it
saw
was,
one good
right?
clutch round, and then we saw that really good team execute. B definitely is their side.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it was the heroic play of Goose coming up big for the 1 round, and then again, just kind of having a nice execute in that B side has really been the 2 rounds they've been able to find. This one's really not asking for much. I mean, if they can, yeah, it's going to be a grinder round. I mean, this is about just getting the bomb down, hopefully getting a couple kills if you can. But, I mean, this is not an easy thing. Even if Bell finds a spam onto Rain, it's falling apart here. This plant maybe can come through. Goose is going to fake it, hoping for a little bit more. She gets exposed. She's on the corner of Pizza, but can't able to find anything at all. There's just too many angles to fight, and an 8-2 again on that CT side. Cuppa, again, a broken record, but we need to now see these last few rounds coming for the Canadian team if we're going to talk about any sort of momentum going on that CT side.
Yeah, we will. I'm curious if Anubis is the map of choice and something to actually look at for the next break here from the Team Can ladies. Maybe it's the map that they struggle on the most, and props to them. Not just treating this show match as, let's just, show off on Dust 2, a map they've played a million times before. Let's work the map that we are having a tough time with. The op taking up Bouchard. To the 5-on-4. Make it a 5 versus 3. Rain taking out 2. Still do have Jess alive, if I'm not mistaken. GooseBreeder no way to sight somehow, and not going to be expected there by Cutie Dog. A 2-piece.
Yeah, these are nice kills coming in. Goose able to find herself onto Pizza, finds a double. It's a big bite. Now the bomb's going to be outside of A main, and all the players have been clearing it. Okay, so something that looked not great in the beginning has really turned it out and blossomed nicely. Just leaving it to Saber by themselves. Op at a dream, maybe.
No scope.
Oh, God, that's already a start. Maybe. Oh, they're going to backpedal. They're going to leave this. And Saber's got the noise cue. I think they should have been able to hear that bomb coming through. Goose definitely has the cutoff here. She should have it done.
Goose.
Oh, Goose! Oh, no!
Oh, no. Duck, Goose, you're out. That's going to hurt. That's unfortunate. We've all been there, though. And, we'll come back to that one. MissHarvey in the clutch situation now to pick up the pieces. The veteran of the team. Flying high with a 2-piece as well.
Oh, that just, it is the worst feeling in the world. It honestly is. And I mean, I know I'm a victim of doing it. We've all been there. But the worst thing is, too, is like she had a clear shot. She kind of waited a bit longer than I was kind of thinking. I'm like, why is she waiting so long? It's only one more player. But I think there seemed to be some hesitation. But yeah, just, again, that split-second decision can change everything. And it coming down to 1v1, that was scary. They should have had that round way more convincingly.
Do you know what I'm going to say about that play?
Reminds of your play?
Wow, is this savage? I was going to say, actually, sir, the hardest shots to hit are the ones where they're not looking at you, and that's exactly that. The trade comes in, Jess, the infamous trader. You can call her that at this point. Like my plays, I'll have you know, I'm just about 4,000 delo in Prem right now. I can't even play with you. That's how high rank you are. We'll come back to that one though. Bouchard super low in this 3-on. Oh boy, Jess taken out. The trade coming from MissHarvey.
Well, they're in a great position right now, though, right? Because if they can go in A main like this, they can isolate this duel in Kevin. This could be everything. But Kevin, oh, gets a bit of a foot. Okay, MissHarvey puts that off to work. Now just leaving it for a cute dog. How cute are you going to be? And now, not an easy one. What's she going to get taken out? A little bit more. No, MissHarvey will come up big. Yeah, triple kill for her that round.
Love that. Perfect plays there from MissHarvey. And I've been asking questions. How's the op play into the strategies? I got my answer, and those are some phenomenal shots that you know and love. Classic OG MissHarvey plays. Has the idea, executes on it very well too. The dualies being picked up by MissHarvey. Thoughts on dualies of pistol rounds, or you just never buy dualies? What are you doing?
No, you definitely do. Dualies are very good. Having at least 2 of them is, I think, in my opinion, a good play. They actually tried to go for triple of that. So it makes a lot of sense, and we'll see if they're going to be able to find anything with it. But, man, these Ts are just barreling in. Not barely any even execute. They use 1 smoke, 1 PC utility to get themselves in the site. Finally, we see a frag coming in the way here for the CT side, for the women's side, and they're able to get things moving. Can they get it done? They should be able to, unless Saber comes up massive right now. Only a couple more bullets left in the chamber. Uh-oh, this is not good. Oh, it comes down to 1v1 and just comes up big again.
Yes, for the win. Has the traitor skin, but really the hero of the team right now. And can that spell come back? Got a few letters there on the hangman board. And each player on the team, you can see why they've been chosen for this opportunity now. I think over the past 2 games, you've seen that X factor that not every player has. They're starting to gel. They're starting to put that puzzle together. And it's looking like a beautiful sunrise now. Sun shining through the clouds. Goose trying to play up nice and close. Seen that work out in that Strife game prior.
Uh-oh. This time it could be bad. This time it could be really, really bad.
Goose.
Okay, that's good for Goose. Yeah, I love that. Oh, no, I don't love that, though. We don't love that. This is not good. A situation that they should have honestly had this convincingly is now down to a 2v2.
Range MP9 too. It's
Oh,
never going to
no,
be the best case scenario. It's the worst case Ontario. It's down to a 1-on-2. All down to Rain with the MP9. MP9 is not a good time when you're looking for those long-range engagements. And the bomb's going down. Still early round, though. That's one saving grace here for Rain. The Deagle, yeah. Bit of a pocket up, but no rifles in hand. This is so doable. So much util as well. The double flash, the smoke, the incendiary. Has to put those into play if they're going to win this.
She's got a kid and a smoke, though.
Time, man.
This Molly could be everything. Oh, you got to get going, Rain. You are so lucky to be alive right now. She's got so much utility out. She just needs to do something.
Push that.
Yeah, they're going to be able to find her. Oh, she goes for a swing. She thought she might have been able to find a duel. And a round that comes in for the murder flock. That is murder. Holy. That's a big round to win. Like, I cannot emphasize how big that is.
That's an econ breaker, right? Straight up.
Yeah, look at their money. They got a double save now.
Boomed. Boomed. And with the scoreline as it is, that's when you can start to get in your own head a little bit. You know, man, yeah, we're just training here, but that could have led to so many more. It ain't over till it's over, though. Need to see some big plays, and we've seen big plays for days over the past 2 games. Goose traded out. 3-on-4 hit for the Canada ladies.
Yeah, 3-on-4 though. But again, the best things they have is like a PT50, 5.7s. I mean, don't get me wrong. Those are definitely great pistols. But again, you're relying a lot on this, and they're not even at the right side. The double players are here in the back of mid, and the execute's coming in here into this B site. Positioning is just not going to be in the right place, the right time, and they're going to swing out a temple. Some wishful thinking, I think, now from the ladies' team. They're just trying what they can, and it's becoming a real scrappy fight here. These T's are just bombarding the site, looking for a little bit more, and now it's just all down to Bouchard and not able to get anything done. And it is not bad though. It's a triple kill for them, and that's not too bad. But again, look at, they're gonna have to put nothing into this round.
Yeah, even with like high frags, they're not getting rewarded. Just where things are at in regards to that loss bonus, not really there. Starting to build up. The multiplier is starting to grow. But still so far to go from the money needs to get that bite. One smoke. All they got really. Make that 2. Another one acquired.
This is a bit of a do, like the next round's going to be a bit of a do or die. I mean, this one's about just, you know, getting as many duels as they can, just being able to find what they can do with this. Not a fun situation to be in. Now going for the B split potentially. Bomb's still on the outskirts here by A main.
Oh, what a flash.
Yeah, that's cheeky. This little popper.
Talking of hating that angle, that's a good way to sort of clear off the connector at least. Such a good pop flash. Double mouse button throw, if I'm not mistaken, too. Posted very patiently here. Oh, going to be spotted out. Down to 12 HP for Bouchard. Not even seen a player yet, just seen a nade fly at him.
Oh, I love this play from Kevin. Just kind of like coming in from the back, just looking to see what they can do. And there's so much control, right? I mean, the CTs, again, like they don't have much invested, right? The ladies team, they were turtling. They're just trying what they can. But I love the slow composure coming in here from Murda. That was a really nice way for them to group together and soar like a flock. I think flocks soar, but I don't remember.
Sure.
It's getting late. The brain's starting to get a little mushy here, but I'm pretty sure they do. Get me wrong.
They soar. That's okay. Yeah, they're soaring together. Can confirm. Confirm that there's a buy in the hands of these canned ladies now.
Oh, I'm very wrong, by the way.
Did I? So, we'll talk about it. We'll come back to that. We'll rain check it. The spray and the break. Taking out Jess in the push. Rain able to trade through the smoke. Not a bird specialist, mate.
Yeah, triple player in B. Giving up mid. Leaving one in A. But like you can already see on the radar, there is so much control coming in from this T. They're going to cross on a camera. They're going to win that fight. Yeah, there it is. Goose is going to get taken out. Goose needed that duel. If there's a duel that needs to be had, she had to be able to find it. And now it's just falling apart. It's all just crumbling. What?
What?
All right. Okay.
She hits those.
That's sick. Cool little trick shot for sure. But map point now for Murda.
That's one for the demo reel, that. One for the frag reel. Bushi having a much better game this game. Seen exactly why they have been picked for this Team Canada roster lineup for the ladies, and I'd love to see some more frags. I'd love to see some more MissHarvey oppage. But sadly, the fund's just not granting permission for those to be right now.
Yeah, and like what they got for the inventory right now, like FAMASs and MP9s.
The util too, it's so low.
I mean, this is budget. Yeah, this is force, man.
Budget at best, dude.
Oh no, and that's the thing too. And like in that kind of position, MissHarvey was hoping somebody was closer. She might been able to get a cheeky kill, fall back, but that's the thing when you just wide swing like it can just fall apart. And there it is. The 1-2 punch is coming in now. Things are starting to become a bit more of a problem here as the Flock are getting themselves inside the site. They're going to get this bomb into the A, leaving it just down to one lonely player here from the Canadian team. And she's going to have to come up massive with a FAMAS, no utility, no kit, no skin on the FAMAS, which you're probably just kicking yourself for right now, Cuppa. But again, this is a lot to ask for.
Yeah, giving the 1-2 punch like Ronda Rousey. This is not a position you want to be in. We've seen some very good clutches so far here today. This one is not going to be another 13-5. The Canadian lady is not going to survive much more than they did in that first game here on Anubis. Definitely more lessons learnt, though. Two very different playstyle teams that we're playing against. And two very different approaches coming in from ladies too. And I don't think that's a bad thing. You're in a position where you've got the opportunity to play against some well-versed teams, some teams that are going to give you a run for your money. This is the place to put those reps in, as we mentioned, and this is the place to make mistakes and grow from some crazy counter strategies that are being playing against you. And as I did mention, Anubis being the map of choice for two of their selections, I think that's a great place to start to kind of get some strategies in their back pocket and grow through the future. For our map number 3, are we taking a short break before we come back for that, lads?
Yeah, I believe so. We're just going to take a very, very short break. We let these players kind of get things cooled off. We're going to get ready to go. Mirage will be the last map of the day. Like we said, this is a situation for the ladies to get themselves in the series, a bunch of show matches that they have to play for. So make sure you tune in. Just grab whatever you need, grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever you need to get ready for this last and final game. We're going to take that short break. We'll see you in Mirage.
See ya.
First heard about the TELUS Esports series, I was like, there's no way.
I was absolutely stoked.
You don't really hear about esports at all in Canada, let alone from a big company like TELUS.
Yeah, nice work.
Canada does have a scene, and we do have people who are thriving towards getting us into that bigger picture.
2 versus 1, and it should be their game. The Bronze Bonobos from second, now finally find first.
Simply put, the TELUS Esports series is esports for everyone. It's our take of what we think the esports industry should look like and where we think it should go. It's way more fun to compete for something when there's something on the line. And the TELUS Esports series gives players of all skill levels opportunities to experience that. We really want to make the gaming experience more fun for everyone, and we want to help the gaming industry evolve and grow the way that it should. And I think the time is right for it.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're ready for the final game here for the Canadians women team to see what they can do in these show matches. Unfortunately, it's been a 0-2, but maybe things can change. I have no idea, but we are going to be playing things on Mirage. So what are your thoughts, Cuppa?
Change of scenery, man. Mirage, the more pug style map, right? I can guarantee all of these players have played Mirage from the Team Canada ladies. You look at a map like Anubis, yeah, it's a bit more unfamiliar, and I think that's why they chose that for 2 of their 3. Fantastic. They've got a lot of growing potential. They've kind of taken from the lessons learned from those teams. But for Mirage, I think it's opens up more of the floor to, you know what to do. Can you perform it at a high level of gameplay, though? And that's what we'll be trying to see here today. Maybe trying experimental plays. Another thing that you can see in show matches too, we're really bad at picking mid. Let's take mid every single round just for the sake of it. That's the kind of mental you're probably going to see in these show matches. And I'm interested to see, are they working on their B play, their A plays, on their split plays? Who knows? Only they will be able to tell us.
Yeah, it looks like we are just going to be going into the game here pretty quick. So, I mean, this is going to play against the team challengers, which again, the final game for the day to see what they can do. And I agree with you. I think the change of scenery is probably one of the best things that they could do, just because, again, I think, Anubis is a really difficult map. I think you made a lot of really good points here because essentially, yeah, it's a lot of growing pains, but this one, at least we can talk about those individuals. We can talk about the experience from these players. I think this is a better opportunity for them to kind of showcase that right now, but time will tell. Knife round going to determine who's starting on which side. Oh, yeah. Girls are just chopping them up.
Slicing and dicing, baby. Slicing and dicing. Goose triumphant. Get to pick their sides, and you'd be expecting CT for the start, right? Unless they got some other plans. Maybe I need to work on their T side.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when you have a team that you're trying to like work on certain things, like it's funny. Some teams like to go on the harder side just to be like, you know what? Let's go through the struggles right away, and then we can hopefully go on that more comfort kind of on the CT side. It's not like CT's a landslide victory or easy to do, but it definitely makes a bit of an interesting conversation. But you know what? They're going to take the CT side, and I think that's a good call here too. So no surprises.
No surprises. I'm a big fan of T side on Mirage. I love the U2 execution, the sort of the coordination, and it's just magic. Something about it. A lot of people are done with Mirage. Like, why is Mirage still in the cycle? Well, we're about to see exactly why from these 2 teams. Underweight CT start here for the Canadian ladies. Got the reps on Anubis. What can they do in Mirage?
Yeah, definitely.
Maps. Right
yeah, it is one of the oldest maps. I really do get to hope we see some good moments here from them. Just again, they've taken a lot away here from Anubis. Okay, that's not the start we want, but maybe the start that they can redeem themselves a little bit. Some good damage coming in. Okay. Well, she does get something started. That bomb is going to make its way into the site, but again, there is a kit available from one of the CTs. Double swing coming in from CT could be good, and it actually is becoming to mop up even more kills. Hang on a second, Cuppa. This is looking pretty good, all things considered. Leaving, Floyd by themselves? I don't like that. I don't like this at all. Uh-oh. Woo-wee!
There you go. That's a good start. That's the first pistol they've taken, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yeah. I'm really glad you brought that up. I was going to say, look, pistol rounds have not been their favorite, but they finally get one, which is
Broke
good.
The curse.
Yeah, so we broke the curse. New map, new sites, and our first pistol round. And now they get the comfort of putting some money on the board. And look at that. The Mosses with an M4 equipped. They ain't even purchasing one MP9. They don't want to even mess around on
Get
this.
it out. I don't want to see those garbage SMGs, they said. Give us some rifles, they said. New pistol, new map, new us. Mid push coming from the challenges. Crunch underneath as well, and that aggression from Jess. I just want to take a peek at Cat. You will not peek again. Head removed. Traded out here by Goose, though. Spraying through that con. Gunfire, carnage at the mouth to connect up.
A really interesting play coming in from the ladies. I mean, the fact again that they're kind of going for a swing, Jess kind of by herself on that. I think there might have been a call for a flash, I would imagine, just because it seemed kind of a little unorthodox to go for a swing like that, like just getting info in a Ferrari swing. You're already committed to the drift. You ain't getting out of it now, but man, oh man. Nate coming in. It is Rain just trying to fight for her life right now onto Catwalk, trying to see what they can do. The T's now coming through B halls, just getting themselves closer. There's a player lurking inside a connector, but Bouchard able to just knock down 2. This is huge. Not leaving it just down to 1 player remaining on the 1v2. 39 seconds remain. Where on earth is that bomb going to go? Surely it must be running its way through connector into A, and there it is. A 1-1 split. So the CTs lose the big round that comes in from the first.
They go to the top and they're slipped right back down. That's that punishing. I didn't just buy an SMG, I bought an AR. I bought the rifle. And they're going to see that a Connie punishment as well. Scout coming in. These the 5-7s. They're going to force in again. Doubling down. Trying to see if they can regain what was lost from that second round. Quick push here over at mid. MissHarvey trying to poke their nose into Con just to get a bit of info. Oh, Goose. Very close to hitting the shot there, actually. Rain taken out. Goose still up with his scout, though.
Yeah, she is kind of one of the decent investments, right? You can have those pistols complementing the scout, just trying to see if they're going to be able to find something with it. Not against this. A lot of money. I mean, they have to double save. I mean, with that second round loss, I mean, they're in a pretty tight situation. So, cool little setup to try and Rain, unfortunately, hitting the grave here. 5-7's going to be able to start something, though. It is just kind of a quick 1-1, potentially. These players not making their way on Cat. Blade waiting things out a little bit here on top of the van, and there we go. Okay, able to isolate these duels, just pounce on it. Bouchard now waiting things out. Deagle spotted, Deagle shot. Maybe? Yeah, okay. We're going to get a free one. Make it a double, too. That's a double bite if I've seen one.
Find it right down to the core. Bouchard taken out. Not able to get a couple more from the apartment's double D. Can, as I said earlier, and that's the benefit of a show match. And this is a new experience as a caster as well. First show match had the blessing to commentate. What a better place to start than these Canadian ladies. Great potential. Bouchard looking warm now. And as you sort of got show matches, it's going to be a different mindset. It's hard to replicate that on-the-day kind of mindset. Bouchard to give us a glimpse through the porthole of their potential there.
Okay, the one thing I'm going to say, just because you're like a big skin guy, is like, have you noticed the women's team? Like, they're stacked. Like, stat track M9, stat track butterfly Doppler. Like, my God.
They could pay my rent for the whole bloody year with what they have in their inventories. Frag, skin for the port. A frag will take out a poor player pushing top mid. That's going to be Rain. I love that you mentioned that. I've been in awe. I've been drooling a little bit at their inventory's value. And, well, not going to be drooling too happy with this round. But, you know, it was a burn-up. This one, the reinvestment coming in. They got the money. They got the creds. What can they spend it on?
Oh, the creds got me.
Credits. Credits, money, financial
yes,
status.
I know.
Listen,
I know.
okay.
We're not.
No.
We're gonna blow past it. It's okay.
Move on.
All right. We move on. We move on, and now it's CTs to move on. Maybe. No op, no sniper, M4s, lighter utility. Team Canada. Going for something big, maybe. Ooh, a little double boost on Cat. Why not? Yeah, so they're fighting for mid control. They definitely want to put some pressure on this. I like it. I think it's a good call. They got to do something different. Jess now going to be able to find herself a little bit of redemption on Golden. Nice little 1-2 hit. Little jab combo. Now they can pull back, right? I mean, this is where they don't have to fight. They could pull back, Jess. Jess, you could pull back if you want. You don't have to go for this fight. Okay, Goose is going to do it anyways. They're going to showcase more frags, and they're looking for more. They're bloodthirsty right now.
They are. They're sending a message. And this is the best scoreline we've seen so far today. 2 rounds back to back. I think that's actually the first time in perhaps the first half that we've seen 2 threaded together. Confidence starting to bubble to the surface. Love that. Would appreciate even more if they can keep bolstering that score. And that's the Mirage difference, right? Like, Anubis to Mirage, night and day in sort of their map knowledge. You're seeing some really good utility use. Bouchard just bombing those flashes over mid. Just trying to stop that initial push, keep him at bay. MissHarvey underneath, underpass, and there's no free pass for that halt. They're not getting through. Jess taking out one at mid. Very exposed push, though. No one there for the trade.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm loving this aggression from the CT side. I mean, again, you have MissHarvey that pushes underpass. She's just trying to be the playmaker. She does actually find that initial duel. So we're seeing a little bit more confidence here for these fights. Goose now putting herself in a good position. The molly going to get thrown into Palace. That player's going to get pushed back. The bomb's actually made its way all the way through T apartments on the B side here. So now just rushing through. They're going to have a free site. So this is going to be a full 2-on-2. This is going to be a retake attempt coming in from Team Canada. And this is going to be important because, again, they have a smoke, double smokes with the HE. So there's an opportunity here for the Ninja defuse, and they both have kits. So the options are definitely high right now.
Really good mention. Ninja's never out the question. Rain. Really good peek at a cat over at the elbow. Trying to get stuck in on this retake. Goose taken out. The nades being thrown in. Fragments flying everywhere. Keeping Rain at bay, but Rain pushing through. The Ninja. This could be it. This is the moment. This is the moment you were talking about. Just sticking it and don't be a loser. Buy a diffuser. Rain got the memo and taking out the last player too. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I love to see it. That's what I was, again, just going back to that detail. The double smokes there. You both have kits. I love that she just goes for the commit because, again, the smokes they're so ruthless in this game, right? I mean, CSGO, that was one thing, but like in CS2 now with the dynamic smokes and like how much you have to go through Desert Storm to fight this thing out. Like you have no idea what you're doing. So it's just, honestly, the defuse attempt is massive, comes up big, tying this game up. That's huge. Impressive. And it is so impressive.
And if you've been watching all series long, that's the moment where you're proud of the Canadian ladies. They've put those past games behind them and just putting their crosshair right in front of them and clicking the heads, doing it well, doing it in style. First Ninja defuse we've seen across all 3 matches, actually. And you're lucky to see 1 period in a series. So there you go. Ooh. Goose being taken out with the airstrike there. MissHarvey trying to stop that Palace push, but it's too late. They're in.
Yeah, from such a big round, and now it's becoming a little bit of a problem. Rain's just trying to, again, just find something, maybe. A top spray, a labored spray, again, a challenging one, and now it's just going to be Floyd for the double swing with a Galil. And just when the Canadian team finds himself a little bit of a big moment, just gets kind of shut down right away. And this is a tough one because like, losing that round, like, look at their money, man. It hits the dumps again.
Ah, the game of CS. You played it once. You can answer to the econ like, where's my money? I swear I had some. No, you spent it all. Now, you're either going to force or you're going to save. Look like they're going to be forcing. They've done, to be fair to them, Laz, they've done really, really well in their forces.
They have. Honestly, I've been able to make these competitive rounds with the forces, but this would be interesting. The M4 purchased here too. Like, if I'm not even mistaken, I don't even know if there's armor in that player. So that's actually even a bit more bold.
Damn, that's super bold.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe even reckless, but sometimes you got to be reckless to make it happen. No risk, no rewards, and putting everything. Putting all their chips in on one hand here. Goose. Blah. Speechless. What a deke.
Yeah, nice bit of a pickup. And that's in connector, just playing a close angle. Kind of gifted that one, actually. And now, Veek's trying to get himself into the site. Swings through to this. Looking for a bit more. That smoke does cause a rain.
Rosies.
Oh, she's just being an assassin right now. She's just being so sneaky. Does get that kill, too. Oh, man. Veek's going to be kicking themselves for that. Rain doing a great job, and even now another pistol comes in. You talked about these forces. It's now becoming a reckless one.
Telling you, brother, they have been just so, I want to say overconfident, but overconfidence when you're on a say or a false, I should say, it's unpredictable, right? You don't expect someone to fly around that corner with a 5-7. You don't expect someone to be re-wrapping you through your own smoke coming through onto B site. Now, the reattempt, the re-exit, looking like it's going to be such little time though. Maybe even a save. I don't even think it's going to be plausible to get to site in time unless you just put on the heavy clogs and just run through Palace. But that's such a tell if you do. No, they're going to leave it as is. what? Okay. It's just, you look at the previous rounds we saw Anubis, and I'm getting lost for words here because this is what I expected to see over in Anubis, but we're seeing everything. All of that talent is just full to the brim on Mirage.
Yeah, we're definitely
That's
seeing
CT side at least.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're definitely looking a lot more comfortable. They're looking like they feel like they can, feel more composed in some of these fights, and their swings are better. The duels are looking a lot more convincing. So I think you were talking about in the beginning in the desk, right? We're like, look, it's a bit more puggy. And that's where I was kind of mentioning too, for anybody missing it. I mean, it's like, look, like this is a team of stacked players that were handpicked. And I think we finally get to see them do that right now. And especially on a CT side. And I feel like Rain, she's been pretty quiet this whole 3 games, but today and this Mirage one right now, she's definitely been turning up a lot more than she was before.
Every dog has their day, and Rain making this game, the right here, the right now, the game for them to turn up, to pull up their socks and just frag out. Neck and neck so far. Do have that number advantage and looking not to sell, not to push, overexert Bouchard. Goose. Connectors on lockdown. No one's passing, no one's coming in.
Well, I mean, with being 5 players up right now for the CT side, I mean, this is tough for the T side. Honestly, 43 seconds remaining. I just don't see the attempt coming in. Unless they can find these duels in their way, but again, they're gonna have to save these guns. Like they're gonna have to. I mean, this op is probably gonna be removed. Yep, op's gonna be removed. Goose, Goose, are you look? Okay, thank you.
Go.
I don't know what she was looking at. Your
Looking at the
headphones are
skins, man.
backwards.
That's the dangerous skins.
Or
You know
that
what
too.
I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
They're so shiny. You just get locked in. You're like, oh, this is a really nice, and just a couple of traces fly by. You gonna react though?
Speaking of that, I do remember you and I don't know if you remember this. It was Junior. He was on
Yep.
and he was looking at his knife and Spawn, and
Does too.
he's going for a
Yeah.
rotate, and then he just ran into somebody and they just blasted him, and I was like, yeah, I remember that clip. I'll never forget it.
Oh, one of our best CS clips, I think.
It was a top one for sure. It was a good one. He was hard inspecting too. Like, when you're like inspecting and then kind of like flicking it, like clicking the reload button, and you're like,
animation, yeah.
he's just playing with it, and you're like, uh-oh, this is not the time.
This.
This is not what you should be doing.
Not the time to bring a knife to a gunfight. I think that was the words, and
Yes, it was.
good flashback, man. Good
Thank you.
nostalgia flashback, going back to the OG times, and OG times, something that, whoa, all of these skill gamers are looking to keep doing. It's going back to the absolute, oh my goodness, what a hold from Jess.
Yeah, that's great, right? I mean, that's just textbook. Throw
Beautiful.
the smoke down, throw the nade, just kind of hold the angle, and she just eradicates 3 of them. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want from an anchor player like that, right?
Bish, bash,
Love that.
bosh, and they're off, and it's relevant because the new Lord of the Rings movie's in the works. You shall not pass, says Jess over a bit. It's true though. I'm a big nerd. Come on, there's got to be one person that's watching the stream here that's like, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings movie coming out. If you didn't know, it is. And 6-4, whoa, triumphant.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Right now. Go on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. I think it's we like not an animated series, called. It will come to me. See, I said it, and you've asked the question a step further, and I can't find the words. I'm hungry. I'll be honest about it, and hungry for frags are gonna be these Canadian ladies too. Just show off their best stuff here. Jess has been a formidable force in this game.
Yeah, she's really starting to turn it up. I'm really happy to see it. Like we said, I was saying Rain was kind of the player to watch so far in this game, but now it seems like a great moment coming in from Jess as well. She's starting to get herself these multi-kills.
Harvey.
And there's that op. It's been a little quiet with the op, but we finally get something. She finds herself a double. Not bad.
I think she's posted on, was it triple or ticket? I love that that ticket hold. If you sort of jump on the single or up on the top of ticket, you get a really, really weird off angle for someone pushing through. Kind of MissHarvey, just aware of the angles and taking a selfie afterwards, just a short dominance. 7-4 is the score. Really good performance here. A flex even for these Canadian ladies. at least for their CT side. T side yet to come, could be a very, very different result. But from what we're seeing in this game, look, even the boost, right? They've got so many options in their game play style that they're so unpredictable.
Yeah, it definitely has been. I mean, this is a big improvement too, because again, like we talked about their CT side, like on Anubis, they just couldn't not string rounds in. Now they're sitting themselves in a position where they have the half, which they haven't been able to do yet in these games, unfortunately. But right now on this new life of Mirage, you know, worst case scenario, it's going to be a 7-5, but still in their favor. Or best case scenario, they're going to be able to find this 8. But again, the round is not over yet. But they are equipped for it. They are equipped to take this one down, maybe. And these T's, they're scattered right now. Like this is not a plan. This is run a pick, look for a duel, and they're not even getting anything.
I'll say Zackle with that op shot. That is going to be all Goose getting taken out from Cat. The push up just not being watched by the bench play. Rain going to recover though. Takes out the player over by backside, over by Gel, over by bench. The util use out of this Canadian ladies team has been like the 6th, the 7th, the 8th player. They've blocked off so many angles. They've delayed so much time. They've made it impossible for this challengers team to just pop into a site. There's no simple way to do it at all. The rewraps, the rotation. Back to A, they'll go yet again. MissHarvey being taken out. The op acquired here by challengers.
Yeah, look at this position, though. Playing Ninja like this.
Time.
Yeah, they just need to find this one duel, and the time's just ticking. They're not going to have enough time. Truly, they're not. Oh, they're going to get it just in time.
No way.
Yeah,
no
that's
way.
Beautiful. She just locks it down, and yeah, they're just giving up, and there we go. And 8 is going to be gained, and what a great way to find themselves in that kind of a position. Honestly, just wait things out. I thought they wouldn't begin able to get that bomb plant, but man, oh man, they get it done. And what a convincing fashion here for the ladies team of Canada. And they get themselves an 8-4. And I love to see it. This is such a big change up.
Yeah, this is textbook gameplay. And if you saw Anubis, it's night and day. Absolute night and day. That's show match though, baby, right? Like you go to a map of Anubis, we know it's on those like newer maps, and I won't say the newest map in circulation. Correct me if I'm wrong, it is the newest, right? There's Ancient, then it was Anubis, if I'm not mistaken.
For what, sorry?
For maps in circulation right now within like the
Yes.
live pool. It was, right? It was Ancient and then Anubis. So yeah, Anubis, they've got their practice reps. They've done a few laps and like, listen, we know we've got some work to do. We'll come back to that. Have a look what we could do in Mirage, though. And this is the best foot forward. They've got their best runners on. They're just running away with this game. But the second half underway here, anything can happen. And that's the beauty of CS, isn't it? It's anyone's game.
It is, and that's the thing. Like again, I'm going to be curious how the Canadian team here is going to be able to build off this momentum of putting an 8-4, right? I mean, they haven't been in this position before, so now the energy is probably high. The motives are feeling really good right now. So we'll see what they're going to do. A decoy being purchased, a little bit funny, but we'll see what's going to happen with that. I think it's actually Jess that's equipped with the smoke flash, and it might just be the old A-pop here. I'd be curious where the single smoke's going to be going, though. If they're going to just try for jungle, if they're going to try something a little bit different. Oh, they're just going to, yeah, that's going to be a connector smoke, so they're just going to try to run on in. And they're just going to try to overwhelm jungle, but it's becoming a little bit wild in here, and these Glocks are having a little bit of difficulty, but they're getting things back to a 3-3 nonetheless.
3-on-3. If they win pistol, this could be potentially GG here for the Canadian ladies. And I say, let's get that momentum. Just get that momentum under their wing. Goose backing up. Good little crossfire potential they have. There's planning for Cat, but where are they at? Rain got the 2-piece to their name, trying to keep it in the main vein with the frags label. They've got 3. The USP to the face, over and out. 4-piece for Rain. It's raining, baby. It's raining frags.
I'm so happy to see her, starting to really get herself in building some frags and getting that momentum built. Because again,
you hyped her up pre-game.
I did, man.
Hype her up, man.
You want to know a fun fact?
Go on, hit it.
I played against her at a LAN when she was like, I don't know how old she was. She was probably like 13. I just remember played her team, local LAN, yeah. And the rest is history. Look at her now. Winning tournaments. Playing for Team Canada. Pretty cool.
It is beautiful to see. Especially from the Canadian scene, right? There's less opportunities, I think, over here in Canada for esports. It's growing, most certainly, and this is one of those opportunities. A jet set around the world to play CS for your country. Like, it doesn't get better than that in esports, Les.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It's such a cool opportunity. We talked so much about that on the desk. We're just like, look, like this is a phenomenal, chance for these players to get a, chance to play in different countries and represent Canada. And they're just getting some reps right now, building some teamwork. I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do, fighting their way in Brazil.
I think they're going to do wonders, man. And that's not just copium. I'm in awe of the team play I've seen when they're on a season map like Mirage, Rain, locking things down, wondering if anyone's going to be coming knocking at the door. Can't hear a sound, though, and Rain says, actually, I see one across the map. I'll take a scalp. Takes one. Goose taken out on the exit, though. So I think that might be an AK or SMG acquired. It will be just a MAC-10. The Bouchard, not sure if we're going to see anything else. Or Bouchard, sniping with a MAC-10. There you go. Oh, for two. Oh, wow, hello.
Yeah, after the timer, too. That's really, really nice.
What money? I didn't need it.
Yeah,
Didn't want it.
Okay. The question is, though, what do they want to do with this? Because they have the MAC-10 still. They got the double Galils. I wouldn't be surprised for some kind of aggressive play just to maybe get a feeler to see if they can get the opening duel. Maybe get an opening so that they can, bombard something. But it actually looks like they're just going to go for that mid control. And now underpass going to be grabbed here from the CT side. This is going to be really big because, again, this player has to be ready for it. Will they? And Rain, she reads it like a book and takes him out. And now they're winning the opening duel, which has been such a big mark for these ladies.
Yo, did you see the weather today?
I
Forecast of rain, baby. Rain, rain, rain. Rain's everywhere.
Oh, I knew that was coming. As soon as you said weather, I'm like, he's going to say it's raining or something. Like, I don't know,
bro.
make it rain. I don't know. I knew something was coming. I love it. Oh, the pun was there. I was like, yep, here it is.
Good setup. Good teamwork makes the dream work over on the caster analyst desk, and teamwork makes the dream work for this team as well. I can't fault them for anything they're doing here, lads. Seriously, it's like watching that someone's like, hey, watch this game and say what you think of the team. I think it's fantastic. No bias being Canadian at all. It's just great gameplay so far.
Yeah,
taking notes actually. Like it's noteworthy.
It is, yeah, it actually is. I mean, again, some of the strats they're doing are very simple, but I actually think that's the best thing that we should be seeing is they're just doing these like 3-2 splits, kind of just taking B apartments really quickly. I'm a big fan of it because I think that makes a lot of sense, and they don't want to overcomplicate it, right? Like we said, this is still a lot of feelers, a lot of them building their system, and they need to get a lot of practice in, getting ready for Rio. So this is definitely important. But
scoreboard too, and man. I love that. That's up there right now. It's such a evenly fought fight. Sure, you got one frag or one player that's on the single figures, but the teamwork in the sense of utility, the teamwork in the sense of the trade, it's all there. It's a Van Gogh moment here for the Canadian ladies. Push mid, being absolutely sat down. Take a seat, son. Take a seat. Yeah, only going to be pistols they have, but just sending the message of, you're not going to get my gun. Not here, not today.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big situation for them. Again, they should just play the system together. Now everybody's going to go and be apartments, which makes a lot of sense. They're just going to group up. They have that instant trade. Not going to be easy here for Loft, like a very difficult one. Might be able to pick up a gun and just kind of save it, which would be really good going in for this map point. And I mean, this is, again, we talk about, cool opportunities, good moments. I mean, this is now the Canadian team here. They are facing a point here of map point, and they haven't been in this. So not only have they made some big improvements from Anubis, I mean, they're potentially on the brink of getting themselves a map.
Straight up. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Got some more CS trivia for you whenever you're ready. Well, I think it's a good one. We're going to take it right now.
Let's hear it.
Let's whip out this facts. Go see what you think. So, how many stickers can you put on a gun in CS2? How many stickers? Let's see.
Isn't it? It's 5 now.
Wait, there you go. Nice.
Yeah,
it's kind of stuff. I know you did. I'm just listen, Chief.
I'm just
I
saying
worked
that
hard
was.
on
I
these.
thought you were gonna say something like, "What was the first sticker?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like, dude, what do you mean? Like, I thought you were gonna say
Bro.
some left field on me. Tell me
Listen,
the first sticker I put on my gun, bro. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you want from me?
I
Yeah.
sold it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but you have to go look for it. No, we're not quite there yet. You know, if that's the level of trivia we're going for, I'll be back in the next games. Don't
Okay,
you worry.
okay.
Every CS stream with Laz and I, I'm trying to test him with his knowledge, and he's passing with flying colors. A++++, underlined, and A++++. These Canadian ladies in Mirage. I'll be recycling some of these strats in my games, and my poor low elo opponent's like, what is this? What is this guy doing? He's mental. Whoa, yeah, you should watch the Canadian ladies, I said.
Well, I'm glad you're gonna be able to take some notes. Definitely gonna be important on that one, but you know, I don't think we've actually, out of all 3 games that we've seen, I don't think I've ever seen double ops from any of the teams yet. Not the
No.
Canadian team, not any of the opponents. So this is a bold move, Cotton.
This is a desperation move. It's the op crutch clutch. Nothing wrong with it. Gets the job done, takes out 1, brings it to the 5 on 4. Still, the Canadian ladies knocking at their door, and they want to get it done. They want to take out what they want to say. I'm going to say it as it is. They're taking out the problems in the server, and that problem's going to be the CTs, all down to the 3-on-1. Op going to be in the hands of Bouchard. Unlucky on the flick there. That flick looked like was real quick, and going to be able to get the repeat. Bouchard. The op still in circulation, though. Very powerful in a map like Dust 2 or Mirage, just with kind of how puggy it is and how reaxes are quite common. 2 ops, it could be the crux of some teams, and I wonder how that's going to impact their pushes now. I'm talking to Canadian ladies.
Yeah, and even right now for team challengers, they're going to keep the double ops in the rotation. And actually, for the Canadian team here, they're not even going to invest in the op. They're actually just going to go 5 AKs across the board. Oh, okay, this is why they're just going B. No way, just going to full rush this. Surely
Why not? Get the fireman on site. And in fact, not going to need the fireman. They're just waiting for the util burn. Hearing that incendiary just cooking, scorching the apartment tiles. Oh, they're just slow playing it, Laz. Oh, they've been jumping, though. There you go. The info's gained. The double molly over at Van. Overkill, but I like it.
Oh, and then Rain comes in big with an entry. Look at how fast they just sweep under the rug here. Get 3 kills within just a matter of a second. Putting themselves in a great position here for the 4-on-2. The CT's now needing to dig deep. It's the double ops.
For a retake?
Ay, ay, ay.
That ain't it.
This ain't the play. This ain't not the play.
Surely not. Seen it done before, but it's such a rare thing, isn't it? Low util count as well. Just trying to burn their util, isolate the angles, especially when you're looking down the eyes of the big cannon. The smooth up. Drop though. Goose taking one. Jess taking another. 13-5 is the scoreline. Canadian ladies finishing these show matches in absolute style, in going away with flying colors. What a game. What a fantastic game.
Yeah, it really was, right? And I mean, again, just a big congrats for them to be able to find at least one of the games out of 3 in their favor in a pretty convincing way too, right? A 13-5 is definitely a huge improvement than what we saw before. It was 13-5 losses actually on the double maps of Anubis, and this has been a huge adjustment. And I love that Rain played better. I love that Jess was able to get things. Everybody was honestly playing their parts, and Mirage definitely seemed to be the map to be on.
They had a plan. Every single round, they had a plan. They knew what was going to happen at the end of the round, in the sense of they had utility to set themselves up. They had utility to fall off of angles, utility for isolation. They were just the puppet masters of the game. And if that's how they play on their trip later this year, they're going to take it all the way. That is some really good gunplay. Sure, you look at Anubis, and we've got to talk facts. The first 2 maps looking a bit of a struggle bus there, and it's Anubis, right? Mentioned it earlier, mention it again. Newest weapon circulation, getting their reps in, building up the muscle memory of how to play against top-notch teams, as we did see. But for Mirage, if that's anything to say of their general skill as a team, GG. That's all I'm going to say. GG moment.
Yeah, honestly, I'm actually, this makes me more and more excited to see what this team can do, because
Yeah, man.
when we both got the, you know, the little bit of the word of like who the roster is and who they've actually picked, I was definitely thinking, look, there's a lot of good names in here. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
talked about some Valorant, you know, ex-pros, things like that, which is kind of a funny little bit of a combination. But I'm also really excited to see like a lot of top players. Like GooseBreeder is on a team where they win, you know, Impact League, and they do big things like that. So it's a
Right.
team that's seen trophies. They've gotten victories. So this is a really great opportunity for a women's team to go far here in Rio.
Yeah, seen trophies, lifted trophies, and they'll be looking to lift that trophy when they go on the road. And we've mentioned it before, such a good opportunity, and you've got to sort of underline you need to see more of this in Canada. And I love the narrative and the build up from this qualification right through to the tournament to come. It's super exciting, and I think it gives like that sort of breath of fresh air to Canadian esports, especially for CS and for the ladies scene as well. You gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta do it. And I mean, again, just for anybody that's again just a little bit unaware about the format, how this thing's all working, now this team is going to be fighting for their chance to represent Canada. They're going to be playing in August, where they're going to go to Rio, and that's going to be fighting for the IESF PANAM Regional Qualifier. So that's where they fight to get themselves a spot going to Riyadh and Saudi Arabia. So this is a really cool opportunity. We talked about the
Yeah,
Canadian scene needing a lot more support, and this is definitely one of them. And now these ladies get an opportunity to go to Rio, get to compete against some other teams across the world for a chance to fight, you know, for a big cash prize here at the end. But definitely very exciting to see what they can do, and what a way to end the night for them to get a 13-5 victory.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. That's something that they're going to be able to sleep well tonight. Be like, you know what? We played our best, and we showed exactly what we are made of, and send a message to their opponents to come later in the server on the road to victory for them. That is going to be it here, though, for the IESF World Esports Championship portion for the qualification. They're going to be going to Brazil next, and we will be catching them on the road, and hopefully they can bring the big guns just like they did on Mirage. If in doubt, just think it's Mirage. I think that's the key for the mental at least.
Yeah, no kidding. But of course, we want to give a massive shout out to our supporters and the sponsors and everybody for making this happen. And of course, we want to give a shout out for both ourselves and production here today for being able to capture these games. So that's going to be it for us. We bid you a fair due. We will see you at another time, another place. And make sure to follow both these teams as they're going to be fighting for their lives here in Rio in August. We'll see you another time.
Catch you later, eh?
First heard about the TELUS esports series, I was like, there's no way.
I was absolutely stoked.
You don't really hear about esports at all in Canada, let alone from a big company like TELUS.
Yeah, nice work.
Canada does have a scene, and we do have people who are thriving towards getting us into that bigger picture.
2 versus 1, and it should be their game. The Bronze Bonobos from second now finally find first.
Simply put, the TELUS Esports Series is esports for everyone. It's our take of what we think the esports industry should look like and where we think it should go. It's way more fun to compete for something when there's something on the line. And the TELUS Esports Series gives players of all skill levels opportunities to experience that. We really want to make the gaming experience more fun for everyone, and we want to help the gaming industry evolve and grow the way that it should. And I think the time is right for it.